It's part of the instructions that God gave me when He gave me the vision of the Mother's Summit. That at the end, we should always raise altars on behalf of our children by sowing seeds. That's Allah. And I'm going to ask some of you to do it. It's now the norm. And we have testimonies. You're going to raise an altar to the Lord on behalf of your children with $1,000.
Okay. If according to what I just played now, sowing seed is now a norm. Sowing seed in churches is now a norm. Okay, fine, it's a norm. But the question is it biblical? I agree, it's a norm. Yeah, it's a norm because everybody, every preacher now, just want to sow seed and for various reasons, and it's now a norm. It's now a norm. All right, this video actually got me thinking. I've really thought about it. I've thought about it that when has sowing seed become a norm in modern day Christianity? When has sowing seed become a norm in our modern day Christianity? And it's quite unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate that most of us still believe in things like that. But trust me, like the edited version of it said, is a lie. Yes, it's a lie. It's a lie in the sense that God is not a product that you need to buy to get satisfaction. God is not, the gifts of God are not for auction. God's gifts are not for sale of any kind. His gifts are free. God's gifts are free. He has given us everything free of charge. But the only thing that we need to do to actually access His gifts is just one thing that I know for sure. I can be proved wrong if you have other things to say about it, but that is just believing in Him. Believe that He, Jesus, came to die for our sins. He, Jesus, was crucified on the cross. He, Jesus, was buried, and on the third day He rose again. And He has made us a promise that He has gone to prepare a place for us. And the Bible said, as many as believe, to them He gave power. And hear that word. For as many that believe, to them He gave power to become the sons of God. He did not say for as many that sow seed. And you becoming a child, a son, a daughter of God, child of God, however you want to put it, actually comes with no extra charges or extra thing for you to do. Just believe and live according to His teachings and doctrine written in the Bible, not preach from the pulpit. Written in the Bible, not preach. I'm trying to emphasize not preach from the pulpit for a good reason, because I remember I had a conversation with a group of youths, and I told them that it's not everything that is being preached from the pulpit in your church that you should believe. And that day I look as if I was probably the upcoming Antichrist, but seriously, I know what I was saying. Today we have churches, especially in the country Nigeria where I come from. We have churches springing up left, front, right, center, back, your toilet, your bathroom, your parlor, everywhere. Churches are just springing up, and are springing up for no reasons. Yes, we have I'm sure we have the highest number of churches in Nigeria. Still, we have the highest number of corrupt cases in Nigeria. Yes, and but the one I really want to talk about this one is all about this seed sowing. The truth is, be careful the kind of seed you sow. It's not every seed that is being sown to the ground that germinates. Yes, it's not every seed that is being sown to the ground that grows very well. Because you might think you are sowing a seed, but the question is, what soil is there that you are? What kind of soil are you sowing your seed on? Yes, we hear in this message it's talking about sowing a seed for $1,000, and if you are opportunity to have listened to the message, or I'm sure you want to go listen to it. It talks about the particular preacher talked about sowing seed from different programs she has been invited to. At the point, talk about sowing seed for your marriage, sowing seed for stupendous wealth, or sowing seed for your children, sowing seed for various reasons, but the truth is the gifts of God the gifts of God are free, and they are free to all. Free to all. Free to all. For as many that believe, to them he gave power to become the sons of God. If we even track back to Genesis, when he said, be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, and have dominion. Those are the commands he gave us. He didn't say you need to pay to be fruitful. He didn't say you need to, they're already inbuilt. Yes, they're already inbuilt in you, just for you to realize it and start working into that glory of fruitfulness. And talking about sowing seed for stupendous wealth, which is my concern this morning. It's quite funny because there's nothing like stupendous wealth, and there's nothing like sowing seed for stupendous wealth. For you to be wealthy, you need to work. Yes, you need to work. As much as faith is needed for growth, work is absolutely needed also for growth. And not just working, is working diligently. The Bible said, whatever you do, you should do as unto the Lord. Do as unto the Lord. He didn't mention how much you have been paid. He didn't mention if you are doing the stuff voluntarily or not. But he said, whatever you do, do it unto the Lord. And in doing so, he said, if you are diligent in whatever you do, you will not sit. You will not be found among ordinary men. You will sit with nobles and kings. That is what diligence is all about. That is how far diligence can take you. It doesn't matter how much seed you've sown in the past. It doesn't matter. In as much as I believe in giving, yeah, I believe in giving. I give a lot, and I'm happy when I see people giving, helping other people, or seeing a need in your church, and you feel led to to solve that need, even without any other person noticing. I've done it before, and I can still do it again. And today we hear various kinds of seed sowing. Sow seed for your marriage, sow seed for your children, sow seed for your husband, sow seed for... It's just funny, seriously, because if you are sowing seed for your marriage and you're not doing the work that you need to do to make your marriage a successful one, your seed is useless. If you are sowing seed for your children and you are not being the best parent, the best mother, the best father that you can be to them, giving them the right training. The Bible says, train up a child in the way he should grow. Train up a child in the way he should grow. Not sow a seed for a child to grow. Train up a child in the way he should grow. Meaning that it is your responsibility as a parent for you to do what? To guide, protect, nurture your son, your daughter, to see that he or she grows up to be the kind of person that you will be happy to see him become, or to see her become. It does talk about sowing a seed. And also when it comes to seed sowing for marriages, marriage has to do with two people coming together in agreement, regardless of your background, to make sure that you see things work out the way you want it to work. It doesn't matter how much seed you've sown. If you're not putting the effort physically, then your seed sowing is good as useless. And don't be surprised if very soon we start hearing some preachers asking us to sow seed for us to get sexual satisfaction. And for the females and males, they again, you need to sow seed for you to get orgasm during sex. Yes, for you to sow seed for you to, have proper satisfaction. You need to sow. I won't be surprised because last time I checked, I read something online about a preacher asking people to sow seed for virginity and for a successful wedding, successful marriage and stuff. So what next? If you can sow a seed for successful marriage, wedding, then you need to sow a seed for you to be sexually satisfied in your marriage also. Maybe. It's just me thinking aloud. But I just want us to really understand that God's gifts are free, and God will never ask you to do something for him to bless you. No, his blessings are free. His blessings are free. We don't even... In fact, the Bible said while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. So that to tell you how much love he has already bestowed upon us. That even while we were still sinners, while we were sinners, his love has already been, his blood has already been shed for us. So please and please and please, my people, my friends, my fellow believers in Christ Jesus, don't let people deceive you with sowing seed. And for me, I think it's just for us to start asking questions. What do you use that money for? Because the particular video I watched, the preacher was saying that she can't wait for her to have her own private jet. That she realized that it's not luxury, but it's necessity. So imagine all your $8,000 that you've been sowing. Somebody is saving it somewhere just for her to get herself a private jet, and while you are still there working, jogging out, struggling with bosses here and there, or trying to do attaché with your colleagues, and she's there flying her own private jet at your own expense. Yes, at your own expense. Jesus will never do that. Jesus, that I've read about and I've come to understand, will never do that. We even have so many preachers who tell you that the God will protect you. The Lord will be your protector in the morning, will be your protector in the afternoon and noon and night and then. But you see them using escorts, you see them using mobile policemen with AK-47s strapped around their neck, and then you can't even have access to them. When they need your money, they want to have access to you, and some of them even go as far as write your name, write your phone number, and these. I'll pray for you, my brother. You can pray for yourself, and God will answer. The same access they claim to have to God, you have it also. Just like you're not using your own access very well. The same access they have to God, you have it also. For you to get to God, through Jesus Christ. If you can believe and accept that Jesus came to die for you on the cross of Calvary, was buried, and the third day he rose again, and if you can believe that from your heart, and you can confess it with your mouth, then you have access to ask everything. Ask anything in his name, and according to his will, you will have it. So don't be deceived. Please use your own money and do yourself good. Yes, give if you have to give to people, not when they ask to give $1,000 for a stupendous belt or for your marriage or for anything. I'm telling you now, give and give, but don't be deceived. I think it's hard time we as Christians begin to know God for ourselves. Yes, it's that time for you to begin to know God for yourself. The Bible is so simple and so sweet for you to read and understand through the help of God and the Holy Spirit, that you even need the so-called man of God to complicate it for you. Yes, the Bible is so easy to understand that you need some people to complicate the whole thing for you. Hello, do not be deceived. You don't need to sow any seed to prosper in the kingdom. God has already blessed us with everything that pertains to life and godliness. I won't be surprised very soon if you start sowing seed for sowing seed for what they call it, sowing seed for sexual satisfaction. Yeah, sowing seed for libido, sowing seed for, I won't be surprised when you start hearing stuff like that. I've heard of people saying sowing seed for exam success. If you don't read and you sow seed for exam, my brother, you will fail your exam. You understand? You will fail your exam, because even the Bible said, study to show yourself approved, a workman that need not to be ashamed, of his work, rightly dividing the word of truth. So if you don't read, you cannot be approved. If I give you a job to do today and you come up with all sorts of excuses of not doing the job, of you not doing the job well, of how do you think I'm going to call you the next time? Never. If you like, go sow a seed for eternity. In fact, I won't be surprised if we start sowing a seed to make heaven. Yes, I won't be surprised if you have to sow a seed for you to make heaven. You need to sow $2,000 to make heaven. I won't be surprised very soon. And for those that are easily deceived by such things, I guess because you don't know your stand in God. You don't know how well God has given you things that are for you. You don't know. You probably, we have people that just go to church, and whenever they hear such things, they believe because they've sowed seed and God will prosper them. But trust me, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You need to be diligent in your work. You need to be faithful. You need to have a perfection mentality, that whatever has been committed to you, you're going to do it and do it very well. By so doing, I guess you get more recommendation, and when you get more recommendation, what happens is you get more money. When you get more money, definitely you will live well. So this is just my thoughts on this issue, and I hope I've been able to bless you with this. Thank you very much for listening. My name is Javon.